Hello and welcome to our fourth Innovation in Disability Inclusion event. I'm Neil Milliken. I'm a middle-aged white male wearing a dark jacket and a purple top because we're celebrating Positively Purple today. It's in celebration of the United Nations Day of Persons with Disabilities, and the theme this year from the UN is amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future. I've just returned from the International Labour Organization's Global Business Disability Network conference, where we were talking about disability in business and taking that from the margins to mainstream. And we're building upon that topic today, talking about redefining workplace inclusion. We're redefining with updated policies, catering to standards and legal norms, and moving forwards on this. We also need to think about the importance of self-ID and feeling like you belong at work. For this, we're having a session with a roundtable discussing Generation Valuable and reverse mentoring and the impact that that then has on self-ID. Innovation is at the heart of our program, and we're also excited to showcase our brand new AI tool looking at accessibility compliance and legal norms, etc. So right now, I'm delighted to be able to hand you over to our host and CEO of Central Europe, Christian Ernst. Thank you all for being here and for your commitments to making our workplaces more inclusive.
Hello and welcome to the fourth Atos Innovation in Disability Inclusion event. I'm Christian Ernst, CEO of Atos Group Central Europe, and I'm honored to be here today. Today, we join the global celebration of the United Nations International Day of Persons with Disability, a day dedicating to promoting the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities in all aspects of society. We also support specifically Positively Purple initiative, while Atos Groups turns the webpage purple for this day. All colleagues may wear purple, standing for the workforce and employees with disabilities, and therefore I'm also wearing this shirt today. At Atos, our mission is to enable and empower all employees with and without disabilities in every aspect of their lives. Technology plays a crucial role in achieving this goal. Within this event, we want to show our commitment to fostering an exclusive environment where everyone can thrive. In Germany, for example, we have experienced a cultural shift within our company, leading to a significantly increased acknowledgement and understanding of disability. This positive change is evidenced by the rise in disability data reporting, showcasing our dedication to creating a workplace where every individual feels valued and supported. Our headline for today's event is From Margins to Mainstream, Redefining Workplace Inclusions. This theme highlights the importance of genuine inclusion by embedding accessibility in our workplace culture. Our focus on inclusion goes way beyond simple legal compliance because accessibility benefits everyone. Considering temporary injuries or situational factors such as driving can help ensure accessibility enhances the user experiences for all. As the international market analyst Gartner has noted, digital accessibility is no longer a choice, it's a requirement. To remain competitive, particularly in Europe, accessibility must be part of our core strategies. The European Accessibility Act mandates this, extending its reach even beyond digital products and services. We need to consider the broader spectrum of assistive technologies and built-in accessibility features to support all employees' performance. Innovations in artificial intelligence and other technologies are driving significant progress in this area. At Atos, we are investing in innovative tools like our Artificial Intelligence Accessibility Regulation Navigator. These innovations are not just about meeting legal requirements, they are about creating an environment where everyone can perform at their best. as my colleague will demonstrate to you later. This enables our employees and sets a standard for the industries. Today's event celebrates our joint effort to achieve a more inclusive and accessible workplace, underlining the importance of continuous innovations and commitment in this field. We are excited about our ongoing and future initiatives within our company, like our upcoming self-ID campaign, the Unlock Excellence Survey, that will help us better understand and support our employees' needs. Let us focus on business solutions and innovations to provide our employees with the best tools and resources. Thank you for joining us today. Together, we can move towards a future where everyone feels empowered and included. And now, Alexandra will tell us more about our reverse mentoring program. Welcome, Alexandra.
Hi everyone, Alexandra Notnagel here, Atos Group Accessibility Program Manager and your moderator for this session. I'm a German woman married to French men. I have long brown hair, wearing a blue-purple dress for my grandma, paired with an Atos blue business suit and a Frankfurt Galaxy baseball hat. Being autistic, I've often felt like I'm from another planet, which is why I've named all my pets after planets and stars. In the background, you might spot from time to time my new family member, Vega, a Mexican Cholo, being trained as my service dog. Now let me introduce you our stellar panel of 4 speakers for today, starting with a special guest from Valuable 500. Delphine, over to you.
Hi everybody, I'm Delphine Levener. For a short visual description of myself, I'm a white woman of Creole descent, originally from France. I have short curly hair and I'm wearing a light lavender purple top today. I'm the Chief Engagement Officer at Valuable 500 with one of my teams looking after our Generation of Valuable program, which is our reciprocal mentoring program. Although my career in the disability sector started way before my formal diagnosis, and I therefore don't often talk about it, I have long-term conditions that may impact me differently depending on the day. So thank you for having me today, which is such an important day of celebration for the community globally.
Happy to have you here, Delphine. Now over to my German Atos colleague, Uwe.
Yeah, hello, my name is Uwe Schäuber, and I'm a white man with blonde hairs. Unfortunately, not so much, but yeah, I wear glasses, and today I'm wearing also a purple polo shirt to celebrate this special day. In my professional life, I'm a business development director and working for Atos in strategic sales, and we develop large IT services projects together with customer and for our customer. And in my private life, I had a paragliding accident in 2007 and suffered a polytrauma. As a result out of this, I'm now a bit limited, especially when going and running. But I'm a sporty guy, and I'm now actively involved in road cycling, which gives me a very good balance to my everyday working life. And I'm totally happy to have me here today.
Thanks, Uwe. Sports are great for a healthy work-life balance, indeed. If people think being disabled means we don't do sports, we prove them wrong. Since the Paralympics in France this year, awareness of sports and performances of persons with disabilities have increased in Central Europe and the world. Now over to you, my German colleague, B.
Buenas, guten Tag. I am Beatriz González Mellírez, also known as B. I'm often told I'm too pale to be a Spaniard, and I'm wearing a purple shirt to celebrate the day with a green lanyard with sunflowers that highlight my hidden disability. I'm also wearing rimmed glasses, blue and red. I have ADHD, which keeps my mind very busy and supports my innovative mind. As a mom of 2 small children, I am the head also of accessibility in Central Europe for Atos, and I have to lead with agility and improvise as I go. So my aim is to make sure that every workplace is inclusive and we have a good strategy behind. Hi, Jacobine, welcome.
Thank you, Bee. I'm Jacobine Muller. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a woman with blue eyes and long blonde hair. And I'm wearing a purple dress and a black coat today to celebrate this occasion. I work at Eviden as a global communication and engagement manager. And next to that, I'm co-chair of Adaptability, the community for creating a safe space to talk for people with disabilities and to raise awareness on disabilities. Sharing about my hidden disabilities helped me feel more proud of myself and more myself. So I really learned to do this from all my colleagues here. At a young age, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and later in my life, I injured my back falling down some stairs in India while traveling around the world. Today, I'm very proud representing Adaptability, as it gives me way more feeling of belonging and ability to make a difference in our company. Back to you, Alexandra.
Thank you, Jacobin. Thanks for all your introductions, in which all of us have used what we call self-ID, a topic we foster in Atos the next years. Speaking openly about our invisible conditions at work shows our courage and trust in our organizations. Such self-ID can start in safe spaces, like mentoring one-to-one relationships. Delphine from Valuable 500, can you share how mentoring programs like Generation Valuable, which I had the honor to attend in 23, help represent people with disabilities in organizations? Why are these programs so important to focus on disability, and what are you trying to influence with those?
Thanks, Alexandra, for the question. I think, mentoring programs are vital in the workplace. You mentioned Generation Valuable. It really helps elevate disabled talent and foster inclusive leadership across organization. I'm really happy actually to hear about the ripple effect that Generation Valuable, our program at Valuable 500, has had on Atos as a whole, and to see the future of what that program will become on your side. When we look at mentoring programs, on one side, it empowers the mentees to develop those essential leadership skills and advance confidently in their careers. But it's not just about the individual career growth, though. It's also about building a culture where disability is seen, where it's valued, and where it's represented at every level. So through mentoring, you can elevate the voices of your employees and also influence change. So that's on the mentee side. When we look at mentors on that other side, they also gain transformative insights into the experience of their disabled colleagues. And it will empower them to bring inclusion within the current leadership, or further inclusion within the current leadership. We know that when leaders champion inclusion, it really helps, and when they do that visibly, it sends a powerful message of trust and openness that resonates across the entire organization. So it's really important for people to do. So having those programs, those type of mentoring programs available, but also visible and talked about within the organizations, will help the cultural element you referred to, Alexandra, which is that safe place. It will show employees with disabilities that they can openly share their experience and be confident that their voices are valued. So without this foundation of trust, people may hesitate to talk, share, or if they need any support, they might hesitate to seek that support.
Indeed, Delphine, thank you so much for this answer. In 24, Atos launched a reverse mentoring program as well. And here we're connecting senior leaders with underrepresented groups, including employees with disabilities and junior talents. The 6-month program pilot received very positive feedback, and our plans for 25 exclude expanding this reverse mentoring list for more underrepresented groups. Uwe, as a mentee of B in this pilot cohort, what did you learn about the importance of self-ID and representation of employees with disabilities in the workforce?
Absolutely, this was a really big learning for me. Let me say on this way. At the beginning of the program, I must say I have not really the full understanding what we mean if we're talking about accessibility or disability. Disability, okay, I understood very clear what this means, but if you're talking about accessibility, most of I think, okay, we're talking about wheelchairs and access for wheelchairs and all the things around. And in a discussion with Bea, what helps me really to understand this more and more and really understand how important this is. I think normally I'm self-affected from this, but for me, I have not so really to see this is so important. And in this case, in the discussion, I see, hey, this is so important, and I must drive this and I have to do something. And the idea what I have done is to say, okay, I now go for trainings for an accessibility champion. And this was also great to do this and have a better understanding. And now I'm using this to influence my colleagues and influence my family and all the person around me to understand more how important this is for our community and for all the people around of the world. But currently I'm thinking, we still have room for improvement.
Thank you, Uwe. Now, Beatrice, can you share on your experience as an employee with invisible disabilities while advocating for accommodations as a skilled professional and leader?
So thank you for that question, Alexandra. I got my diagnosis first at 40, thanks to my work in accessibility. And I analyzed all my life. Suddenly, many things made sense. Stages of grief, how come no one realized before, right? And also learning how to be kinder to myself. I have no problem with disability because I am lucky to have amazing disabled colleagues and friends, but I do have imposter syndrome. You know, I have my own family, a great job and good salary, and I am part of a team with disabled leadership role models. There are people who listen to both my wins and my struggles. I even got workplace adjustments, mind mapping software, Copilot, and an executive assistant that supports me with my lack of executive function. Paulina, you rock. All this before I even got my disability officially recognized by the German government, which is a long, painful process for me. So how can I complain about my access needs? I feel too privileged to use the word disabled, and it was a new level in my imposter syndrome. But this does not change the fact that my disability, so it can empower me in many occasions to perform way above average. In the wrong environment, I am extremely disabled, sometimes even paralyzed. And I need to overcome my own bias and learn that it is okay not to be okay. And still, with all this privilege that I have, it's hard to advocate for myself because I need to over-explain why I need a certain accommodation. It is not visible. So this requires an energy that I don't always have. Some people think I am exaggerating. You know, everyone is a little ADHD. And that's why allies play a key role supporting disabled employees. A sure, no problem from Uwe can go a long way in my well-being.
Thank you, Beatrice. Jacobin, as a chair of Eviden Employee Resource Group Adaptability, how important is self-ID with disability for our colleagues from your role point of view and from your personal one? Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. Yes, I think it's very important. I think it's important. It doesn't even matter if you do it publicly. You can also just open up to a colleague or a friend and just share how you feel yourself. I noticed since I publicly shared about my disability, a lot of people open up to me and share about their disabilities. Often people who've worked for years in the company and having managers and colleagues who don't have a clue that they have a disability. Often when they, for example, work at home, then people just don't see because they only see the part of in front of the camera and they don't see what happens after you stand up and how it feels then. So I think if you, not just think, but I notice for people and for myself even, after I start to share about it, I feel so much more like I can be myself. And I notice from people who open up to me, it's the same. They feel a feeling of belonging to the company, the feeling that they can be themselves and it's okay just the way they are. And work from there and feel they don't have to pretend that everything is fine when it's actually not. And they might need a break once in a while to actually perform better on another time. So in total, their performance and also my own goes up by doing this.
That's great to learn. Now to you, Delphine, from Valuable 500 perspective, anything you wish to add?
Yeah, so I'm very conscious that people listening may be beyond Atos, right? Where you've been doing a lot of work on accessibility, on self-ID, building programs for people. But I want you to make sure that we remember that also that when we talk about self-ID, they're in the context of people openly sharing with others about their own personal situation and how positive it has gone for the people on this call and the journey that some have been through. I think it's important to also call out that self-ID is a generalized term, which also can refer to how organizations, so companies, invite their employees to share some like demographic information about themselves, whether it's anonymous or not. So it's not just that informal conversation, it could also be that formal process that your company may have. And it's really important to talk about both, because someone may be sharing with their colleagues and have a great experience because their colleague is super supportive. It's not always the case, but I'm delighted to hear that it's been the case here with supportive colleague. But some others may actually still be hesitant to share when they're being formally asked to write a piece of paper or maybe more likely digitally complete a survey. So that aspect of the internal culture, which actually people alluded to in their comments today, is really the need for people to feel safe. It's really essential. It's really important to build, maintain a culture where people not only trust their employer, but also understand why their employer asks for that data and how the employer will utilize that data to support them or support the community at large.
Yeah, thank you. Indeed, these data are really important, and we will explain the why and how with our fully anonymous Unlock Excellence survey that we'll run in our workforce to do data-based decisions in the accessibility program. So we really solve the problems that our workforce raises to us. So now back to you, Uwe. What for you is the result of our reverse mentoring experience regarding your business activities in Germany?
I think there is a lot of results out of this. But before I'm telling this, I want to say that I'm starting at Atos, and this is 1.5 years ago. I'm doing the decision for me to, in the first interview, I give them the information about my personal disability. I think this is important to bring this on the table. And this is also what me brings on the other side to say how important is this for our customers or for other customers, especially from the reverse mentoring, what I have with Bea, what I said before, I understood this more and more. And I have the clear understanding now what this means and how important this is. And this message I want to transfer to our customer. And this we have done, I think, for around 2 weeks. We call it a CXO roundtable here in Germany. And there's a lot of customer there, and we're telling them the story about accessibility, about disability, and all the things around, especially with colleagues like Bea and me and other colleagues, and give them the understanding what this means. And the feedback from them is, this is so important, and they're asking Atos now to help them to bring this more on a business perspective. And I think this is absolutely the right way to go. And it's also important from my point of view that customers also understand how important is this topic for them. And what we're doing now, we're bringing this step by step to our customer. And I think Atos is in a perfect position currently because we're doing a lot for this. And this is also what we have to show to our customer. And I think Atos is in the accessibility timeframe, or in this part, also on front runner. And I'm happy that I can support this. And I'm also happy that we can building some business out of this.
Thank you, Uwe. Bea, would you like to comment on the business impact from your perspective?
So, sure, Alexandra, thank you. Most people I know, and that includes colleagues and customers, have grown up with an outdated model of disability. As a foreign woman working in an IT leadership position with focus on accessibility and inclusion, it is very hard sometimes for me to enable a mindset change among these people, my people. Moving towards the UN model, where body, mind, and society play a role, and anyone can be affected by disability. Having candid conversations and helping Uwe understand that beyond human rights and legal compliance, there is a business imperative and a huge potential for innovation and improved products and services has turned him into a powerful ally that makes my way around the organization much easier. Thank you. I want to go away from fear and focus on pushing innovation at the workplace with and for people with disabilities. And we all know the key to digital transformation is your workforce. Together, we're stronger and better. And yes, a policy goes a long way and is needed, but we need to win the hearts of our people and keep them on our side.
Thank you, Bea. So good news is we plan to scale this reverse mentoring to Eviden and also around the globe for 25, also including other diversity groups. Jacobin, the question to you is, how do you feel about this? Is reverse mentoring of employees with disabilities with executive management and senior leaders sufficient to raise awareness?
Thank you, Alexandra. Yes, I think it's an awesome idea to do this, and I really appreciate that you doing this. I think that next to it, we do need other colleagues to open up, because just seeing high up managers to share, of course, that has an enormous impact, and that's awesome. But next to it, I think it's important that people just around us and of every level are able to share about their disabilities and their needs and what affects them in their daily life. So we hear from them and we can maybe relate to them and feel like, oh, but that's happening to me as well. Or maybe to know that you confronted or you ran into such a person or have a colleague like that, and maybe you should treat that person differently than you did before.
Thank you. For closing, can all of you kindly share one sentence call to action with our audience, what they can change today to foster belonging and inclusion of persons with disabilities at the workplace and beyond, following Jacobin's advice?
Yeah, happy to
Delphine?
start. Sure. Thank you for that. First, thank you for sharing all your insights today. We've talked a lot about the power of mentoring. So if there is only one thing I can say today to close is that I encourage all of you who are listening and watching to join your organization's own mentoring program if you have one. So have a look. Do you have one? If yes, have a think about registering. If your organization does not have a program, look for existing programs. So Valuable 500 has Generation Valuable. It's specifically focused on senior leadership. So have a look on our website, see if it fits what you're after. And if it is, do register and talk to your company. But there are other programs out there that also may fit what you're actually looking for from a mentoring program. So go ahead, become a mentor or a mentee. And on that note, I'm wishing everybody a wonderful and a happy International Day of Persons with Disabilities to everyone watching.
Uwe?
Oh, Uwe. Okay. Sorry for this. Yeah, my call to action, it's really very simple because I use reverse mentoring, and I think this is important from my point of view because we're changing the normal mentoring program to a reverse mentoring, what means we have senior manager as a mentee, and you have younger people or other people as a mentor. And this is so powerful and a really good tool. You have become a totally another view on topics, and especially in disability or accessibility, it's more than helpful. It's helpful for every topic, it's clear, but in this case, it's my personal understanding, it's so helpful. And my recommendation to all companies is, and this is what I also said in the round table, include this in your programs, do this and go ahead in this area. And you understand more and more how important the things are is. And this is a clear, a clear understanding and helping the customers and also yourself in your company if you using reverse mentoring for this. And thank you very much to this part here. I'm very happy because I'm the only one man. And thank you for that. I have the really opportunity with these nice ladies here. And I'm looking forward about the feedback from the community.
Thank you.
Yes, and elaborating on Uwe. Yes, and elaborating on Uwe's words. You cannot act on what you don't know. So on a personal level, if you have a condition, you can choose how you identify and you can choose how and who you disclose to. From a company side, creating a safe culture is easier than you think. You can hold support from Valuable 500, for example, and you can start today for everyone. Just be an ally. Don't be afraid of the word disability. If you have questions, just kindly ask. network and work with people with disabilities. And lastly, if you can use your privilege to open doors for those who come after you.
Jacobin?
Yes, research has shown that at least 1 in 7 people has a disability around the world globally, and in some countries even more. So have a look around you and see how many people that will be, and realize how many people probably don't share with you what kind of disabilities they have and they're struggling with. And have a look how you could maybe interact with them in a way that they feel more safe to maybe open up to somebody else and feel more themselves, so they can flourish more and be themselves. Also, a very important one is, if you see somebody with a visible disability, please don't look away. Just do like you do with normal people who you notice that you see. Give them a smile, and then continue with your daily work. Because looking away, as we often have learned, because we're told not to stare, it makes people feel excluded and alone, and they often share that. So please, next time you see somebody with a disability, smile.
Great words.
To all of you for shining bright with your smiles, like bright as stars. Yes, it's stellar panel. You did great. Okay, please all take this energy. For those listening today, a huge thank you for your interest. And please know whether you are an ally or concerned, whether you choose to share or stay private, be proud of who you are and what you achieve daily. Let's join our forces to advance what matters, to move from margin to mainstreaming workplace inclusion. Thank you. In the Global Accessibility Program, we work together with our colleagues, suppliers and partners to deliver solutions for all our colleagues around the globe. Thus, it's my pleasure to be joined by Sofia Jordanova, leading our Global Accessibility Compliance team in Bulgaria GDC, to demo with her an exciting new chatbot that shall help on daily level to make requirements and obligations, as well as best practices accessible and understandable to everyone involved in improving workplace inclusion. Welcome, Sofia.
Thank you, Alexandra. Hello, everyone. My name is Sofia. I'm a blonde lady in my mid-30s from Bulgaria. Today, I am wearing a black and white jacket and a dark blouse with pink lipstick. I'm happy to greet you all. My role is Global Accessibility Compliance and Regulatory Advisor in Atos. I am responsible for guaranteeing that our company adheres to accessibility and disability inclusion legal norms. Atos and Eviden have offices over 70 countries and must ensure compliance in all regions. Atos has developed an AI tool designed to navigate the relevant norms, ensuring adherence to all kinds of obligations worldwide. Our team uploaded all necessary documents and details to train the tool. So this way, the AI tool can provide everyone with guidance they ask for accessibility and inclusion topics. Let's dive into a demonstration to see how it works. Today we will be demonstrating how this tool can assist users with various questions. Let's get started.
I'm really excited to test the tool, showing like every employee in our company may use it to get clarity on a topic that I have to create awareness about in most of my daily interventions. As in the end, people may remember keywords but not details, they may wish to ask the tool about more clarity.
What would you ask the tool?
Hi, Accessibility Board. I have been hearing about some new accessibility and disability requirements coming with European Accessibility Act. Can you summarize the main points in 100 words?
Primary objective of web accessibility. The primary objective of web accessibility is to ensure that websites, tools, and technologies are designed and developed so that people with disabilities can use them. This includes being able to perceive, understand, navigate, interact with, and contribute to the web. Web accessibility is important because it promotes inclusivity, enabling people with various disabilities, auditory, cognitive, neurological, physical, speech, and visual, to participate fully in digital life. This ensures equal access to information, services, and opportunities, thereby enhancing independence and quality of life for individuals with disabilities.
Thank you for this information, accessibility bot. Awesome. Ready for the next question? So what would you say is the main goal of web accessibility in 100 words?
Primary objective of web accessibility. The primary objective of web accessibility is to ensure that websites, tools, and technologies are designed and developed so that people with disabilities can use them. This includes being able to perceive, understand, navigate, interact with, and contribute to the web. Web accessibility is important because it promotes inclusivity, enabling people with various disabilities, auditory, cognitive, neurological, physical, speech, and visual, to participate fully in digital life. This ensures equal access to information, services, and opportunities, thereby enhancing independence and quality of life for individuals with disabilities.
Absolutely, that's spot on. Digital accessibility is all about making sure websites, apps, and digital content work for people with disabilities. This includes things like adding alt text for images, making sure everything is navigable by keyboard, using color contrast that are easy to see, and adding captions to videos. Following standards like the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines is key. Thank you for your attention. I hope you found this AI chatbot for accessibility legislation demo helpful to see why we believe is useful. We wish this chatbot to be a friendly guide for everyone, from beginners entering the accessibility field in all areas to the professionals needing it to simplify terms for their everyday communications. While offering quick, reliable answers to complex regulatory questions to our engineers, buyers, lawyers, and contract managers, the tool shall help us stay compliant by getting 24/7 answers without delay based on a trusted and controlled database of validated inputs by our compliance teams.
Additionally, the chatbot can offer personalized advice, helping you to understand international accessibility laws. Whether you're a user with disability, contract lawyer for a company expanding into new markets, or a buyer implementing a new policy, the chatbot is here to assist you. Please note that this chatbot provides general information and is not a substitute for professional legal advice. For specific legal concerns, please consult a qualified lawyer like me. If you have any questions or need further assistance, please don't hesitate to reach me. Handing it back to Neil for event closing.
Well, wasn't that great? Firstly, a big thank you to Alexandra and Sophia for that excellent AI demo. Thank you, Christian, for hosting us today. And thank you to our roundtable participants, Delphine, Uwe, Jacobine, and Beatrice. We really appreciate hearing your perspectives. Whether you're an employee or an executive, I would really encourage you to take part in the initiatives around accessibility and inclusion, whether that be our Unlocking Excellence survey, looking at helping us understand and remove barriers, or in reverse mentoring initiatives that help bring about a valuable change and improve our company culture and our effectiveness. Lastly, I need to give a heartfelt thanks to our Marcom team, who have worked tirelessly to make this event happen, and to Vishal Pujar, our Head of Accessibility for GDC India, for helping organize all of this. Thank you, and see you all next time.